This video was sponsored by Enhance, Elbilmek, ABRP Planner, Kempower and Bilkomponenter. Yo, what's up? Today it is 1st of May and we're gonna open the pool season. It's getting warmer and warmer. Yes, hi. Yeah, she saw some snails here. So the pool has been stored like this over winter, but then we need to do some preparation. And I'm also interested to see what it looks like beneath here. It's been stored for, I don't know, 6 months at least. Yeah, we have these steel plates. They are usually roof plates. And also added some weight so that things won't blow off, but it seems like that's not the problem. And also when it comes to sun shading, see that we use Parasol there. It's the IKEA Parasol, and then also over here we just purchased a second-hand Parasol, and it actually blocks a significant amount of sun so that it doesn't become super hot in there. Here would also be nice to have another one. Yeah. Hi. Yeah, she keeps looking at the snail, but you know, see, we need to get some what do you call it? A fence here eventually to secure it. So I have to be careful. Told Isabel to be careful. But she understands stuff that could be dangerous or risky, like here. It's quite sharp here, so you don't want to run into this. And then kom na Isabella vagnen ned til jet na. Den pæne til bedon seg. But yeah, man, this thing here, we can do a little house tour, whatever, house update. So I purchased it on second hand on Finn. It's called IKEA Segalrør or whatever, right? But then it came without the foot. So well, it came with the metal pieces, but not even screws. And I figured out that these are 8mm screws. Purchased them from Big. Okay, I have to pay attention to what Isabel is doing. As long as I hear her tap on the terrace, then that's okay, or the deck rather. Yeah, if she finds it fun, yeah, okay. So stay on the deck, that's fine. And then I purchased these also from Big, and you could either fill it with sand or water. And I calculated if you fill it with water, it will take, I mean, it's not going to be that heavy, maybe around 10 kilograms each. So I fill it with sand. I had to find fine sand. And each of these actually has 20 kilograms of sand. So we have 80 kilogram total. Remember, it's not 80 kilo. Kilo, it's 1,000. Kilogram is 1,000 grams. So it should be heavy enough to weigh down the Parasol. And then when it comes to the balcony, it looks weird. I mean, we're supposed to paint it this year. It needs 2 years to dry, but it's already cracking. And whatever it looks like, was that fungus? What the heck is going on with the balcony here? And also, can I do this myself? I'm not sure how skilled I am to do stuff without breaking my neck, you know. So I might have to hire some professionals. Yeah, Schwartz. No, but someone to do this for me. Yeah, and also when it comes to the deck is also almost 2 years old now, and you see that it starts fading, bleach. Here we had the foot that was there, you know. It was here, and you can see the more original color. So. And also some part starts cracking and whatever. So Isabella, so I had to decide eventually what to go for. There are mainly 3 things you can do here. You can oil the deck. It's drying out, and it's you need to treat it, like season it like you do with a cutting board almost. Oil the deck, but you need to do it once per year. Another solution is, they call it base. I'm not sure what they call it in English. That's maybe more common, but then it's similar to paint. Then you have to do this every 2-3 years. And then there's actually a new solution, which is to actually paint it. Then it's supposed to last for 8 years, but then you don't see the wooden structure anymore. So I want to see the wooden structure. So you might go for base. Yeah. Okay, Isabel, come on. Come on, Danny, come on. Isabel, come on. And then, yeah, so the plan is to move these heavy steel plates over here and store it here for the summer. And then I can show you here in the shed. Oh, this is Nimli lock. Yeah, it's awesome. The shed has been inactive now during winter. So we have all the stuff in here. And then also this is the infrared heater. These steel plates, they are quite heavy and big. Not sure how long they are, 4 meters long. Okay, no, don't touch it. They have sharp edges. So you should have 2 people carrying it. I think 1 strong man could carry it, but yeah, I'm not the beast, Eddie. So, but I can try to move it. I want to see what's beneath here. Okay. Oh. Wow, look at that. Isabel, don't go too close, okay? Keep safe distance. Oh, wow. Wonder how much schmutz we have there. Man, these things are massive. Can I try to move it myself though? If I slide it on these beams here. Oh, just try to. Oh, can I hold these? Like this? Okay, I have to be careful because they have sharp edges. Oh, this is actually quite hard. Well, I got a little bit of help from wifey to carry 2 of these sections, and then she felt tired or it was too heavy for her. So now I'm gonna do it myself then. So I found a method that should work. Just take this piece of wood, put it in there, then walk around here. So apparently these, well, carrying these, it's too heavy for a wifey. Maybe she should hit the gym one day. Physical strength and endurance should be nice to have sometimes, you know? Otherwise, it's gonna take a while for me to do this alone. Yeah, let's talk about water. You know, this house is 270 square meters, and when you have a swimming pool, it's required to have a water meter. But you know, if you don't have a meter, maybe you should consider it at your home, because the way it works, the way they calculate things is that by default, if you don't have meter, they will take the square meter of the house, the usable square meter, what they call it, boareal, multiply by a factor 1.3 cubic meter per square meter or something. So for our house, it will actually be 270 multiplied by 1.3, which is 351 cubic meter of water per year. And that is a lot. 350 cubic meter of water is a lot. So when you look at the bill from last year, we consume 193 cubic meter of water. But initially it sounds like a lot, but actually we had Amber's parents visiting us. They consumed some water for at least the 1.5 months they managed to survive here before they managed to decided to go home suddenly. And then also Amber's sister was here. Lynn, she was here for almost 3 months. So of course they consume more water. I mean, they consume additional water, and then also the kids consume slightly more water. Kids and baby. But, and also the pool consumes water, but I will show you soon, it doesn't consume that much water. So it's kind of weird that the municipality wants you to pay for the water by meter, but it seems like it's a good idea because we only, I think on normal basis, we consume maybe only 150 cubic meter of water per year, which is roughly half of what we would pay if we have not a meter. So maybe you should consider it in your house to get a meter, because you have to pay meter rent around 500 NOK per year. But then I'm not sure if there's any additional installation cost. But it might pay off, because the way it works is that they only look at the square meter of the house. No matter how many people lives in there, you know, if you're living there alone, then it's definitely not worth it. But based on the square meter, okay, if you have 5 people living in the house, then it pays off to have maybe, you know, a buffet versus metered. Isabel, no, lavang me. If Isabel falls in the pool, no worries, it would just be unpleasant for her, but I will of course save her. The water is a bit cold, that's it, but she's not gonna die because I'm around here. In case you guys are wondering about parenting. So, yeah, and also actually my friend, he has 2 kids. They are kind of grown-ish or big-ish. He consumes 240 cubic meter per year. Holy crap, shit balls, that is a lot. So, yeah, maybe you should check it. And also the price for water is actually, it's 2-part. You pay for the inlet or the water you take in, but you also pay for cloac or the outlet. So the outlet actually is more expensive than the inlet. I only have meter for the inlet. You could also get meter for the outlet, and then you might pay less, but it depends, because I don't think I need that much water here every year to add it, but before every winter I will empty it out, and it doesn't go into the outlet, it just dumps it out in the garden actually. But we'll come back to that. But where does it make sense to have meter on the outlet also is, for example, a farm where you consume a lot of water for your pigs or whatever, like me, but then you don't, it doesn't run out. I mean, it doesn't go in the outlet, right? In the sewers or whatever. But yeah, so now you see how long it takes just to take one section. And it takes additional time because Isabel is around. Yeah, I mean, the hassle, man. I mean, yeah, she can't be inside right now because she will probably just cry, because Axel and wifey, they are sleeping now. So then I have to do this alone, and I have to have the kid running around also.
Baila que baila la luna, baila que baila mi amor, tengo la grande fortuna de estar en tu corazón.
Man, the steel plates are really sharp. I just cut myself here now. Man down, man down. Oh shit. Oh, well, it's just a flesh wound. Let's proceed. What happened to Isabel now?
Baila que baila la luna, baila que baila mi amor, tengo la grande fortuna de estar en tu corazón. Pa' abajo, pa' el centro, adivina qué es lo que yo quiero. Izquierda, derecha, pa' dentro, tequila pa' mi perdición.
Holy crap, that was the last one. Oof, 10 of these. And then we cover them. Mostly to cover the sharp edges so we don't accidentally run into them. So, yeah, Bassengspesialisten, the shop I bought this from, they offer this kind of hotel for these, but then you have to pay an annual price and they will come and pick it up and deliver it and whatever, but it's fine, you know. I have space, plenty of space, So we just leave it here and then we put this, we put this on top and then they should stay put. Also this place here, this corner here doesn't get that much wind. It seems to be shielded from the wind, so no problem there. Just cover it up like this, roughly. Maybe not the best aesthetics, but it gets the work done. Yeah, there. Oh, all good. Now we can start the cleaning. So to my surprise, the water is actually quite clear. Okay, there's some debris in here, some leaves, few insects. So, not that bad, okay. So before winter, we plug these holes here. Oh, there's a spider. Yo, what's up? Can you get out of here, please? Oh, okay. And then we put back nozzles. So we can direct these nozzles. We just put it in here and then screw it in. And you see that, well, I didn't make a video before winter, but wait, did I screw it the right way? Yeah. But it's like this. You take out these and you have to lower the water level. So that means that now we need to raise the water level until here. So that's going to require a lot of water. So yeah, let's plug in the other side also. So here in the washer room we have, they call it stopper here on the main inlet here. But also here is the meter. So we can see that we have 235.216 cubic meters. So I'm going to write it down and then we start filling the pool. Well, I think there's a way to take out this thing, or not sure, or whatever. Just put it in there, make sure that it stays there. Because the next step is to take out this big debris. Eventually we're going to run the pump, but we have to wait until it's high enough. Well, actually, could maybe run it now. It works as a vacuum cleaner, but you want to take the big debris first by hand. Interesting, I noticed that the meter shows the flow rate also, 771 liter per hour. So that's roughly 12-13 liters per minute, which is on par with what we should expect from a regular hose. Oh, I figured out how to speed things up. So I remove this part, so now the water runs at maximum speed out of the hose. Now we're getting over 900 liters per hour. So that's around 15 liters per minute. Yeah, that's a nice boost. But I see I made a small mistake in the workflow. Well, after all, this is the first time I start the pool season myself. Last year, bassengspecialisten, the provider, they came over here. The heck is going on down there at the neighbors? Okay, anyway. But yeah, so you see, the water level has gone up around 6-7 centimeters. But in order to start the pump so we can start the vacuum cleaning, we need to wait until it rises all the way to the skimmer here. So that's another 2-3 hours maybe. It's now 8 in the evening. We have consumed around 4.5 cubic meter water. And I think the water is about to run into the skimmer, which means that we could start the pump soon. Okay, and not quite yet. Still takes a while, but I want to see in the thermal camera, can we actually measure the temperature of the water accurately like this? Well, according to a thermal camera, it's supposed to be 11 degrees Celsius in the water. Okay, so the cold water from the outlet here will sink to the bottom. I mean, and I think that's how the physics work. So, and also in Norway, tap water, as long as it's cold, it's supposed to be 4 or 5 degrees Celsius. So, but eventually it will mix with the rest. It's now 11 at night. We have consumed 7 cubic meter of water, and we have almost reached the desired level. And I also wonder if we can start the pump now. I have to check here, see we have enough water in the skimmer. Yeah, we can try the pump, but before we do that also, I almost forgot. We have the Zodiac robot. It can help us clean. Yeah, I think everything is active now, ready. We just take it like this and then toss it in the pool. And then it will just randomly clean. It doesn't do any systematic cleaning like Roborock or anything, but I mean, random is still good enough. So it probably run for several hours now during the night. And in the shed, we can try to start the pump. You just flick everything, main switch, timer, light, heat pump, cover, salt and coloninator. And I want to vent the filter. There, okay. Stop it. Now you should see some airflow, I mean some water flow here. There. Oh yeah. I have to make sure that everything goes right. Okay, you see that we have water flow there. We can also test if the light works now. Wait, but something seems to be wrong. As if it doesn't get enough water. Let me check the skimmer. I did a test run earlier and I saw the same problem. I thought maybe, yeah, this is weird. The pump seems to have stopped. I don't know what's wrong. Could be air in the system, but okay, let me feel here. Oh, it's cold. Oh shit. But no, there's very little flow coming out here. What the heck is wrong? It seems like we just have to vent out some air initially. Yeah, okay. You see now we have pressure here and not too high pressure. So that seems okay. And then it's starting to do electrolysis here. So it's splitting salt to create chloride. pH level is good, 7.3 out of 7.5, there's a target. But here the chloride level is too low. So we could shock chloride this, because if we have too low chloride, then we might get algae. So we have this Chlor Quick. Don't remember how much we're supposed to put in there in the skimmer, but just some amount. And then it needs to spread. Try that for now. Now I can test the lights. Boom! Nice. Yeah, there are plenty of colors and whatever here and intensity, but this is now neutral white. So yeah, the water is blue. And I can see the robot has been cleaning already. Wow. Hey, the robot's been doing a pretty good job here. I think we have almost the side level. And it's going to rain tonight, so of course we get some free water in here. Okay, if we look at the Parasol app now, reports that the pH is 7.2 and then the chloride is 647, so that's close to what we need. And then the other app here is for the pool heat pump. So it reports inlet to be 7.5 degrees Celsius and outlet is 8.5. Oh, okay, the robot is working over there. So, yeah, it seems like now that we managed to mix the water properly, then we have 7.5 degrees Celsius. Maybe you can measure again with the thermal camera then. It reports 9 degrees Celsius. Well, because the outlet is there, so maybe if you measure closer to the skimmer over here, 8.8 degrees. Oh, okay. Yeah. I bet it's because the surface is warmer, so of course the warmer water is on top, and then eventually it mixes with a deeper, yeah. Okay, all good. Well, you might have enough water level to close the cover now. Let's see. Oh yeah. Wait. Oh, stop. It needs to be slightly higher, because this cover will float over there. Will it just curl up there? Well, it curls up there slightly, but then it pushes through. And then as for the robot, it's fine. It will just work under the cover. Under cover. Yeah, I think we can just push it now. So ambient temperature outside now is actually higher, but during the night, the temperature outside will be lower than the pool temperature. So this cover will also insulate so that we don't lose too much heat. And there is another option. I mean, this floats on the water. There is a glass option that completely covers it. It just looks a bit corny, but that one is better because it protects it completely from everything. Here, actually in the late summer, I get lots of dead frogs in here, tiny frogs, thumb-sized frogs. So not sure how to deal with that. But usually, well, at least last season, I think we had around 20-30 frogs that died in here. So I'm sorry for Kermit. All right, finally the cover is in place. It's now secured, except for this part here. I need to figure out something. We just need to build some, same as here, like terrace wood over here, and then that should be good. So also we will get less debris and maybe even frogs falling in here. So I have to deal with that this summer. And look at the meter. It was 235 when we started. It's 243, and then and 170 liters. But we also did some. Well, we cooked and we showered and we did some dishwasher. So you can say that we spent around 8 cubic meter. So you see, only 8 cubic meter per year is needed to refill the pool. And I wasn't even trying to gather rainwater. If there would be some significant rain before, maybe I could shave off 1 cubic meter. I'm not sure how much. But and then how much did it cost? It's 70 liter. No, sorry, it's 70 NOK per cubic meter. So that's roughly 500 NOK. So 45 euros, maybe 45 euros for the water there. So not that big of a deal. And then when it comes to heating with the pool, you see that this is a spot price. Tomorrow there'll be actually a quite nice dip for several hours. So how much is this? 10 øre is roughly 1 euro cents per kilowatt hour. But okay, if we enable all the taxes at least, so right now, including taxes, we still get away with around 10 euro cents. And then tomorrow when we have the low price, then it's like 5 euro cents, right? So yeah, fortunately, the electricity is somewhat cheap during summer, and it's in summer we're gonna use the pool. Plus that when we have sunny days, then actually we get some free heat. So you're gonna see how much we actually get there. So the big cover gathers some heat, and it's quite low losses, just direct sun blasting in there.